It's Linda Builder here. How's it going? I'm just here just to build my knowledge, and that's my channel's all about. So this particular topic has pretty much struck me last 2 weeks ago. I'm 30 years old. My peers are 15 years older than me. They already have kids, cars, marriage, everything. But when they talk about their kids, and especially with the lockdown experience, how they're forced to be in home and spend time with the kids, they start to see the different side um, on how their child development is, right? And I'm here to say, like, in the new nuclear family structure, husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, the breadwinner of the family, and as well, um, spending less time where kids go to school, go to after school care, and wait for their parents to pick them up. And parents cook, spend a bit of time with them. Then they will, you know, and each day it repeats. Now, what my mate's been telling me, like, there's two phases in a child. There's one is 3 to 7 years old, and there's another one is, I think the child is 12 right now. Between this time, there's two waves of the child earning for this attention, attachment, nurture, the environment of a parenthood, being able to be what's that word? Being there for them, which the child yawning for that nurture, the attention, the loving, the care, right? Wink, wink. And he told me, like, I will never understand, even though I study social work, then I shouldn't be a social work if I did not understand this sort of stuff. And I told him, you're the breadwinner of the family. Your wife has been staying at home. That's good enough. What can I do? What can I say? You're the breadwinner of the family. You're always working your head off. And now the child doesn't ignore you and doesn't care about you now. But with the coronavirus, at least he has the glimpse of that sort of tension and love. And he loves it, and he wants to stay back and spend more time. Fair enough. I'm not saying any bad or good about it. That's what a parent should do. And in today's nuclear family structure, it's a very, very neglectful parenting. And I'm not saying it because of, you know, um, they're bad parents. It's the way how it is, like husband and wife go out and go work full time, pay their bills, put food on the table, live in their house, their dream, and leaving the kids there. And when the school holidays, they chuck the kids by themselves at their home. It is very, very poor example on screwing their nurture and attachment. It's very neglectful on attachment. It's very crucial age, the early childhood, and as well, adolescent, teenager. Because once they hit 16, they're gonna have a little rebels. They start meeting with their friends, going out for movies. Like, they pay close attention to elsewhere. But during the adolescent and early childhood, regardless if you look at the attachment theory or perhaps you look at Erickson's theory, as a time is very crucial. Or you look at, any type of childhood, there's a lot more human development theory during the adolescence and as well the early childhood. After adulthood and things like that, it's not too much. It's very crucial, and to be a good parent in today's world, and it is very hard. as you're chucking the kid learn from their peers where they only have the same level of knowledge. Extended or old nuclear family structure has provided a lot more about the multi-generational knowledge, where you have grandpa, you have, your aunties, then, you got the whole lot who spread that sort of knowledge. And which I'm doing now with my missus nephew. Last night, I told him how terrible I was in high school. I dropped out of high school. I was, I did not know I was dyslexic or ADD until I was diagnosed at the age of 25, the 25, 26. And, I was yearning to learn more about, the social problems, why I have mental health, why I'm suicidal. And when I get into a relationship, that attachment, why I'm such a so clingy in relationships. Like I understand it through what I've learned and how much it affects. I went through a childhood where my parents, both of them, worked worked their ass off, and when my parents divorced, they chucked me to boarding school. And after boarding school, lived by my live my parent my father. Moved back to my father, who's a gamble addiction. Only comes back home on the second or third day. How much he has destroyed me. And this sort of knowledge, this sort of thinking is something that is never going to repair unless you understand where I am. And obviously, the environment. And, in social, we always talk about ecological system. What is your, who you engage with? School, church, family, social services, or friends, or peers. Then you look at your genogram or dinogram, who you contact within the family, sisters, or extended families, and you become who you are today. And, with absence, with parentinghood, and lack of nurture and attachment, children nowadays learn from what school. And unfortunately, school nowadays has been taught to be all this social justice and, discrimination, racism, xenophobia, all this stuff. And when they go to the work world, when they see a problem, they choose to dob in or make a claim. And when they do that, then workers around them sees them and have a warning. In life, there's always grey. It's not always black and white. And this new generation of God growing up should just don't know the real world. And especially, social justice and, all this, male privilege and things like that. It's heavy ingrained their brain.